For we walk by faith, not by sight. Oh, that's not easy. Faith is when you praise God in the storm, you trust him in the valley, and you follow him in the dark. Yeah. 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is when you praise God in the storm, you trust him in the valley, and you follow him in the dark. So, sharing a little bit how this played out for me, and hopefully if I work on that faith, I can trust him in this current little valley I'm in. Here's what I got to say. Enjoy or not. Or I don't know if it's joy. It's not joy. It needs to become joy, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. What's up? Good morning, guys. So I wanted to get back to kind of sharing some stuff, sharing some struggles. Oh, what is this? Oh, we got a piece of lint. But anyway, sharing, just being transparent, sharing some struggles we go through. And the more transparent I am, or I share these things, it seems like the more I learn and the more it helps me. Sorry, I'm also taking some kind of study course over here thing. But anyway, so yesterday, okay, you guys know, all of you that have been following along with me, heart issues I've talked about in the past, struggles that we have, even as adults, happen in our childhood. For me is fear of abandonment, not good enough. And like I've said in the past, one of the things that I find is when I start to sense or see that I'm not good enough, that's usually when the frustration, anger, emotions, those kind of things come into play. And then I do the common thing is I abandon first, because I don't want to be abandoned, because being abandoned hurts me, because that's what happened in my childhood, right? With my mom and my dad, and how that all went down, and how I was abandoned, and the traumatic experiences and tortures that, mentally speaking, not necessarily physically, but mentally, that I went throughout my childhood and into my life, where I have a tendency to, some people might call it overdo it, but try really, 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 really hard, extremely hard, put out my focus and my energy as hard as I can. By doing that, in return, I'll be good enough. I'm still trying for my dad, who's been dead since 2012, to impress family that's, either in prison, on drugs, or dead. Here we go. Hit the next button. Anyway, so I'll tend to work really hard at something. Well, I have something that happened recently that I applied myself, and I probably over-applied myself. And some folks don't necessarily do well with the intensity that comes from me. Also, I'm a Marine, so I'm also very intense in what I'm doing. So I was very intense. Some of the folks were excited, said good things, but apparently some others kept their mouth shut. Maybe they didn't like it, whatever the case may be. I thought it went really well. I thought I did really good. My daughter did. I mean, it's just all about it. Thought it was good. I was excited by it. I had this overwhelming, exciting feeling, right? I just felt so good when I stepped up, thought I was making a difference, right? But then yesterday, I kind of heard and was spoken to that, unfortunately, it wasn't necessarily good in these people's eyes what I did. And look, I'm not mad at the person at all that delivered. They actually did a really good job of delivering that message, right? But it's like that childhood, oh my God, I'm in trouble, I'm not good enough, like that feeling, man. I mean, if you guys know, you get this sense that just kind of fear, overwhelming anxiety and fear that I feel it. I've learned to feel it. It creeps down the neck, it creeps into the back, then it makes its way to the stomach. And then I always called it that waiting to go to the principal feeling, right? Because unfortunately I had that feeling a lot growing up as a kid. I was always scared, always concerned that I was going to be in trouble by my aunt and uncle. I was going to get a whooping, literally a spanking, and whatever it may happen, right? And I wasn't going to be good enough. And so that occurred for me. So last night, it kind of just sucked the living daylights out of me. Like it just ripped the joy out of me. And I had no control over it. I couldn't just suck it up and act like it didn't happen. It's like these chemicals were released. The mindset went, and the brain went into, wanted to go into the normal action, which would be anger, mad, resentments, these different things. Look, I put out all this effort, and now it wasn't good enough. Right? And it's crazy how that works, but I was able to identify it. I stayed calm. I stayed patient. I just left it inside, even though I had those feelings. I woke up at 3:30 this morning, still dwelling on it. It's you know, like the brain's dwelling on, the chemicals are still being released or whatever, the fears, those feelings, not good enough, those anxieties, man, they were just there pouring in, right? Woke up or once I fell back asleep a little bit, got up, and it's just there, man. I can still feel it right now. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk about it, get it out on video, maybe to help me release it, you know, and I'm trying to outweigh those negative thoughts, because everything went through my head. I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'll just quit. There's no point. I'm not being appreciated. My efforts are not there. They're just going to abandon me anyway. So my natural reaction as a child, a broken inner child, is to do that, is to abandon first, right? And that's just the truth, man. That's what I've been living. That's my life cycle. I'll try so hard. I'll put out all this energy, put out all this effort. And then if it ain't good enough, I'm out, right? And I find that that's been my common go-to method when I'm dealing with this. And then it puts me in a spiral. Like depression kicked in. I ain't gonna lie. Like right now, I'm having to take this stupid quiz work thingy, but I don't want to do anything. I have no desire. Nothing sounds exciting today. Nothing sounds great. Doesn't help that crypto's going down. But anyway, set that aside. But no, seriously, and that's short-lived. I'm not worried about it. But like, I don't feel like doing anything. You know, and it sucks how it does that to you, right? For me, especially if you suffer from any type of depressions, anxieties, you know, mental health disorders, conditions, things like that, which I think everybody does. I think everybody has something that we go through, but it's now created that feeling, right? So today, I'm just feeling scared, nervous, on edge, and kind of depressed. And I'm not looking forward to going back to what I did yesterday, tonight. Like, I just don't want to be a part of it. A part of me says, no, just quit. You're not appreciated. But the other part of me is like, you know what? Be a man, be a professional, accept these things. You are good enough. This is a learning opportunity. This was a learning moment. It's not personal. It's not directed at you personally, but it needs to be addressed. It needs to be spoken about because, again, I mean, if I kind of overstep bounds here or there, I don't know the bounds yet. I'm newer at it, right? I'm learning these things. I've got to learn from them, and I've got to be able to catch it. And so for me, as I have been on this journey of growth and understanding where my anger and my frustrations and my abandonments and all these different anxieties and emotions that I struggle with, as I've begun to learn, I'm spotting them. I keep spotting them, and as I spot them, I can catch them, shorten the length of them, understand them, and grow from them. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Basically, you know, that side of me, I sucked. I didn't do good. People didn't appreciate it. Even though I thought I did great, I was excited. I heard some people thought it was great, but then it got squished because some other people didn't think it was great. So which am I going to believe, right? Which am I going to allow to dictate me? But unfortunately, I have no control over that chemical releases and that emotional state that the mind goes into, because all it did, it triggered kind of like my PTSD. And unfortunately, it triggered what has happened in my childhood. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you, like on this journey as I continue on. I want to continue just to be open about things. I mean, I've always said it could backfire or whatever. Maybe some of folks out there want to talk crap, but this is a journey, man. You're all going through it. We're all going through something that we dealt with from our childhood, and I'm just sharing it with you. I think it'll help me every time. It seems like when I'm open and transparent about it with somebody or with people. Don't have a lot of people to reach out to, you know, necessarily one-on-one right now. So I'm doing it with you guys. Doing it in this form gets it out. Then I can move past it, because no matter what, I want to go enjoy it today and not allow this depression or anxiety or not good enough to stop me. That's what I am going to do. That's what I'm looking forward to doing, and it ain't going to be easy. It ain't. And I've got to push through it instead of doing what that side of the damaged inner child keeps telling me. Just quit, abandon, get away. You're not good enough. But I am. I got to be good enough. I am good enough. And that's what I have to tell myself. So that's my daily struggle today, guys. Hope this helps. That's all I got to say. Hope you appreciate it. If you do, drop a like, drop a comment, line of support. Those always help. I love it when you guys comment. Gives me somebody else to talk to. Have a beautiful day. And I want to say, guys, you made it this far. Have a good Thanksgiving. Okay, enjoy with your family. No fighting and bickering about politics. Look, Trump won. It is what it is. We're going to get there. We're going to figure it out. But there's no point in any of us fighting over it, and or any other reasons we want to fight over Thanksgiving. Just go have a good time. Enjoy the turkey. Enjoy the deviled eggs. I love them things. And just have a good time. And don't blow all your money on Black Friday, man. What a joke. Anyway, talk to you guys later.